So we're doing this one.
Okay.
So computer मेरा थोड़ा सा slow है. 1 second. So starting with this one.
Mhm.
We're gonna start with the first question, ठीक है?
Okay.
So gas is placed in a sealed container. The gas has a pressure of 1 atmosphere and a temperature of 50 centigrade. It is heated to 100, so they're heating it up. Which row describes the cause of the pressure of the gas and the effect of increasing the temperature of the gas? Okay, what's the cause of the
This one
pressure?
is the cause of pressures collisions between gas particles and the container, and then the effect of increased temperature of the gas is the average speed of the gas particles increase.
Yeah. ठीक है, so it's D, right? ठीक है, so
Mm.
this one is D. ठीक है? That's the
Yes.
next one. I say you're given. I say this one you're given. I say so you're given four containers, so four experiments, each containing
Mhm.
a different acidic gas, are set up as shown. The dividing glass plates are removed at the same time. In which set of apparatus does the litmus turn red first? Where's the as a litmus paper is at the top?
Mm.
In which does the litmus turn get red first, right?
Yeah.
तो कौन सा सही है? Which one is the correct one?
Mm. The the one with hydrogen chloride. HCl.
Why? नहीं लेकिन why?
Because
I mean,
it's
which
acidic.
I mean, they're all acidic. Non-metal oxides are all acidic.
They're
ठीक है?
all acidic, yeah.
ठीक है. Sulfur dioxide is acidic. HCl is also acidic. ठीक है?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this forms sulfurous acid. This forms nitric acid. This forms carbonic acid. So they're all acidic, and in all of them, the litmus paper would turn red. Like in first, which one would turn red first? Well, when you remove the glass plates,
Mhm.
which which gas would travel quickly to the litmus paper?
Hydrogen chloride, because it's less, it's the lightest. Yeah, the lightest.
Okay, so it is the lightest. Okay, this is 36.5. The other ones are probably oxygen 16 plus 16 plus 14. This is very heavy, 32 plus 16 plus 16. EB heavy, that's 44. As a next one, group 1 elements, potassium forms an ionic bond with group 7 elements, fluorine.
Mhm.
Which two ions are produced? So group 1 or group 7? So what are the ions? What is the charge of group 1?
Group one is positive charge. Positive one.
तो कौन सा आंसर है?
K plus and F minus B.
B.
Yeah.
So next one. X and Y are atoms. X and Y have the same number of electron shells. X and Y have the same number of outer electrons. X and Y have different mass numbers. ठीक है, so remember, same number of outer electrons, same number of electron shells. What does that mean?
They're isotopes.
Yeah, I said
हाँ
so.
ठीक है, so they are isotopes, ठीक है. क्योंकि mass number different because they are basically the same element, they have exactly the same, so they are isotopes. One और कौन सा true है?
And two is also
They have
correct.
same chemical properties.
तो
They're
तीनों
all
ठीक है.
correct. They're all
या
correct.
Hmm.
ठीक है, तो A है. So next one, lithium chloride is an ionic compound and silicon dioxide is a covalent compound. Which statement about both compounds is correct? And remember, silicon dioxide is sand. ठीक है, it's a giant covalent structure.
It's C. They do not conduct electricity in solid.
Because ionic don't conduct and
Solid.
sand doesn't conduct. ठीक है. Ionic, लेकिन molten and aqueous state they will conduct. I said next one. Which equations are balanced? Is the first one balanced?
Yeah, it's balanced.
Yeah, it is.
ठीक है. What about the second one?
No,
No.
it's not
ठीक है.
balanced.
Four H's and two H's on the other side. ठीक है. That's not. What about the third one?
No,
हाँ ठीक है. Na
because
is
the
not
OH
balanced.
is not balanced. The other.
Yeah,
Or,
Na and OH both are not balanced. ठीक है.
yeah.
फिर
So
fourth.
it's B. So it's B because in the options there's two only. So it's
ठीक है.
B.
ठीक है. I said next one. Which row shows the formula of sodium carbonate, zinc nitrate, and ammonium sulfate?
It's B.
ठीक है.
Mm.
I said next one. Which statement about hydrogen and oxygen are correct? Do they react to produce electrical energy? ये सही है.
It's correct. Yeah. So C or D.
The hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, right?
Yeah, and D is also correct. D is correct. I mean, yeah, because
Hydrogen oxygen can be made by the electrolysis of dilute aqueous
yeah,
NaCl. हाँ ठीक है.
yeah.
Dilute के अंदर, I mean, you've got cathode, it's Na plus one, Cl minus one, or water, so there's H plus one and OH minus one. And so it's going to be H on this side, and dilute में it's always going to be OH ions. ठीक है.
Mm.
तो ठीक है. अच्छा फिर next one. Graphite has a giant covalent structure. Which statement about graphite is correct?
Hmm. One is correct.
No, it isn't. Or is it? Yeah, it is correct. It
Wait,
depends.
नहीं, नहीं,
It's
it's not correct.
um
It doesn't
two
form
is
four.
correct.
उसमें graphite के अंदर it forms a hexagonal layered structure. ठीक है.
Yeah, it's bonds. Two bonds.
Where one of the carbon has four electrons, लेकिन one of the electrons is not doing anything. It's conducting electricity. ठीक है. तो one wrong है.
Two is correct. And then three is correct too, because it is one. And then
four is correct.
four is correct too. So two, three, four,
ठीक है.
which is C.
ठीक है, which is C. So next one, which reaction pathway diagram represents an endothermic reaction?
C.
End of.
Yeah,
Hmm?
B. It's B.
हाँ ठीक है. Nee, what's wrong with A then?
It's minus.
Because it's
हाँ
minus and minus is exothermic.
ठीक है. अच्छा next one. ये वो निकालो बैठ के कैलकुलेट करो. Bond energy is given. So find out the enthalpy change for this reaction. How many bonds are broken?
2 into 436 plus.
Okay, HH 436 times 2,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then
And the O double bond O, that's 498. और फिर फॉर्म कितने हुए?
1868 is the total for that one.
नहीं फॉर्म कितने? That's 464 times 4, right?
Yeah.
So what do you get? मेरे लिए क्लियर है?
Yes. Omega.
The answer for this one is a
Yeah.
bit let's subtract it. It's negative 486.
ठीक है, so it's negative 486.
Yeah.
As the next one, which process involves a chemical change?
Chemical change. Adding sodium to water.
ठीक है, that is a chemical change because that's going to be a reaction. Metal plus water, so sodium plus water, that's going to be a vigorous, violent reaction where NOH is going to be formed and H2 gas will be released. Sodium would float and fizz on top of the surface of the water because it's got a very low density. It might catch fire, it might melt. Okay, so and you'll start seeing effervescence of H2 gas. बाकी सारी जो है, they're not. This is dissolving. This is okay. This distillation. You're just separating substances. So they're all physical changes. As the next one, an experiment is carried out to find the rate of reaction between these two, HCl and zinc. The rate of the experiments, the results of the experiments are shown. So there's y-axis, and what is the label on the y-axis? I said, remember, whenever you try to measure the rate of a reaction, you're measuring some change that is happening and how quickly that change is happening with respect to time. And that change could be an increasing change or it could be a decreasing change. So यहाँ पे what is this? What is this change?
Concentration of HCl.
ठीक है, because वो ऐसे ऐसे it's going to get used up and it will decrease. बाकी सारी जो होंगी ना, they would increase. The volume of H2 gas would increase. Mass of नहीं, why not mass of zinc? I mean, concentration of HCl makes sense. ये obviously ये तो नहीं है. Amount of zinc chloride that will also increase, तो ये भी नहीं हो सकता. So you're left with concentration of HCl and the mass of zinc. अच्छा, mass of नहीं, do you, what will happen to the mass of zinc?
Mass of zinc. This one will be like,
नहीं, will it decrease or will it increase?
it will decrease.
It will decrease, ठीक है, लेकिन यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ना there's some word play over here, which is that he's not talking about the mass of zinc. He's talking about the mass of zinc that reacts. So what will happen to the mass of zinc that reacts? That will increase. Do you get the point?
Hmm.
Yes.
यानी start में क्या होगा? There's 10 grams of unreacted zinc. So how much zinc reacted? 0 grams, right? Then
Hmm.
after 1 second, let's say there's only 8 grams left. So how much zinc has reacted? That would mean 2 grams has reacted, right? So the mass of zinc reacted is going up, right? Is that clear?
Yes.
तो इसलिए ना ये भी गलत है, ठीक है? So it was concentration of HCl. It could have been mass of zinc, but not mass of zinc reacted. अच्छा अगला वाला manganese 4 oxide catalyzes the decomposition of this reaction. The reaction is investigated in 4 experiments. अच्छा नीचे भी है. So there are 4 experiments, same reaction over here. All reactions go to completion and all measurements of gas volumes are at room temperature and pressure. Which statement is correct? So how would you know who produces how much gas? You can find the moles, right? For each one of them.
Yes.
So moles क्या होता है? Concentration times volume होता है, right? So, I mean, you can either do the calculation or I can just do a rough calculation, which is that okay, if this is X moles, then the second experiment will have 2X moles, right? कि वो double हो गया ना? नहीं, it's going to have 4X moles. This is doubled and this is also double, right? So the
Yes.
second experiment, नहीं एक ही double हुआ है, sorry. वो 1 से 2 हो गया, that's it. So that's going to have 2X moles, right? The third experiment will also have 2X moles, right? And the
Yes.
fourth में कितना? उसके पास भी 2X होंगे ना, right? ठीक है,
Mm-hmm.
you can either use a calculator to do this, लेकिन concentration times volume. This is double, so moles double. This is double, so moles is double. This is double, so moles is double, right? Compared to the first one. So in all these 3 experiments, you're going to get more gas. In the first one, you're going to get half the amount of gas. ठीक है, तो पहले वाले में the first one, you will be getting less gas. तो अब ये बताओ कि is option A correct? मतलब पहली वाली स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है, experiment 1 produces less gas than experiment 4. वो तो करेक्ट है ना, क्योंकि experiment number 1 has fewer moles, right? Is that clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
ठीक है,
Yes.
Mm.
तो एक second आ गया। लेकिन रेट क्या होगा? Is it going to be the same rate or not? Sorry,
Different.
रेट देख लो कि हाँ, और which one is going to be faster? Concentration is exactly the same. Ore का जो temperature है, that's a lot higher. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
तो इसका मतलब it's not going to be the same rate, right?
No.
अच्छा उसके बाद Experiment 2 produces more gas than experiment number 1, but at the same rate. What would be true? 2 will produce more gas than 1, right?
Yeah.
But is the rate going to be the same?
No.
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 2 is going to be much faster, right?
Yes.
Experiment 2 and experiment 4 each produce the same volume of gas, which is true. 2 and 4 will produce exactly the same volume of gas, but at different rates.
Yes.
Okay, the concentration in experiment number 2
It's the
is
same.
higher, ठीक है?
Yeah.
2 की higher है ना, compared to
Mm-hmm.
4, right?
Yeah.
अच्छा एक second. अच्छा 2 is higher. अच्छा इसके बाद next one. Sulfuric acid is produced by the contact process. Which row? अच्छा which row shows typical conditions used in the process?
It's for the contact process at C.
कौन सा है?
C.
ठीक है C. ठीक है,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. Which equation shows the reduction of copper?
Reduction. That's A.
A.
Yeah.
ठीक है, एक second मेरा. अच्छा reduction of copper, that's A. Yeah, it's losing oxygen, so that's fine. ठीक है, so A is fine. अच्छा इसके बाद next one. Which statement about acids is correct? A weak acid partially dissociates in aqueous solution. Is that correct?
Yes.
ठीक है, so yeah, that's correct. ठीक है, तो that's it. बाकी सारे फिर गलत होंगे. अच्छा next one. Copper sulfate is formed by reacting in excess of copper carbonate with dilute sulfuric acid to sulfate.
One and three are correct. The crystallization and titration.
Okay, 1 and 3 are. अच्छा एक सेकंड रुको, मैं
Wait,
लैपटॉप चार्जिंग पे.
it's one and wait, it's titration or filtration. Wait, 1 minute. Okay, yeah, sorry. Filtration and crystallization.
एक सेकंड मैं इसको. अच्छा क्या फिल्ट्रेशन है?
Filtration and crystallization.
अच्छा मेथड कौन सा है पहले तो.
Excess method.
ठीक है, so this is excess method. और एक सेकंड पावर हैंगर. आवाज चलेगा ये?
No, your
Good.
voice is cracking and glitching.
अच्छा just a second. और एक सेकंड मैंने इसको मैं let me shut this down and then So which question were we on? अच्छा ठीक है. So this was excess method, right? हाँ चलो अब मैं वो
Yes.
आगे उस पर अभी अभी चल रहा है. अच्छा, this was excess method, and now what you had was that you had वो कह रहे हैं sulfuric acid, which process are part of the preparation of copper to sulfate. तो उसमें क्या करते हैं? Excess copper to carbonate is added, and then you filter out the excess copper to carbonate, and then you crystallize the solution, right?
Yes.
So 1 and 3, right?
Yes.
So ठीक है, next one. So quickly, अब सही है. अच्छा, which type of reaction is represented by the equation shown? So what's happening over here?
Precipitation?
कौन? हाँ, ये precipitation है. Precipitate is getting, ठीक है, precipitate is getting formed.
Yes.
कि a bunch of ions were added into the solution, and then your lead ions and your iodide ions, they ended up forming a solid precipitate, while the other ions, they're still floating around in water. ठीक है? So this is precipitation. Which compound is likely to be colored? Easy है. कौन सा? Which one is colored?
A.
And A, ठीक है. और उसका color change क्या होता है? It's purple to
Less.
colorless, right? अच्छा, which statement about the metal zinc are correct? Bauxite ore, is that correct?
No.
No.
ठीक है, वो aluminium ore होता है, so that's wrong.
Mhm.
Do you use it to galvanize steel?
Yeah, it's correct.
Is it used in brass?
Yes.
Copper and zinc होता है, ठीक है.
Hmm.
Does it react with dilute hydrochloric acid to produce hydrogen gas?
Yes.
ठीक है, ये वो reactory series का जो metal part है, that's mazet metals. So zinc is part of that. It will react, ठीक है. So 2, 3, 4, right? So C,
Yes.
right? अच्छा, अगला वाला, electronic configuration of 4 elements are shown. Which elements are unreactive monatomic gases? Easy है, कौन सा?
P and Q.
Q तो नहीं है.
S.
S.
Yeah, S, P, and S.
P and S. अच्छा, next one. Which row compares the strength of alloys with pure metals and explains the difference in the strength? Strength क्या होती है alloy की? Stronger or weaker?
Stronger.
ठीक है, so it's stronger. And what's the explanation why our alloy is stronger?
Because the larger atoms make it harder for layers to slide over one another.
ठीक है.
D.
और ठीक है. So D. अच्छा, then you have zinc oxide reacts with carbon to produce zinc. Which equation represents this reaction?
Is it C?
Yeah.
C
Mm.
or D? नहीं, वैसे तो all of them could be
Mm.
correct, because both carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide can be produced.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, what's wrong with? I mean, all the equations, they look very similar. I think it's just balancing that's different.
Yes.
but
Why
you
is the
cannot
option?
like, why
I
are
mean,
they putting two for zinc and this like, that one's wrong too. B
which
is
one?
wrong. B, it's also wrong.
It's not balanced.
I mean, it
It,
is balanced, but
no, it's not balanced. There are 4 oxygens and there's only 1 oxygen over here. But your question, it's all about balancing. It's got nothing. All the equations are basically correct. The only difference is only one of them is balanced correctly. This one is balanced correctly. यहाँ पे भी ना, the oxygens over here and over here are different.
yeah, here there's two and this one has four.
Yeah. So it was just balancing. They were all exactly the same equation. I mean, remember, it could form carbon monoxide, it could form carbon dioxide. Both of them were correct. So when a piece of aluminium is added to dilute hydrochloric acid, no effervescence is seen. Why does aluminium not react with hydrochloric acid? I mean, that's what he's asking.
It's A.
Remember, aluminium, it's part of the massive metals. It is supposed to react. मतलब KNaCa फिर MgAlZn FeSn, ठीक है? Iron tin. So it's supposed to react with hydrochloric acid, but it doesn't. So why is aluminium so unreactive?
It's less reactive.
नहीं वो काफी reactivity is में ना it's वो काफी high है. It's very KNaCa, MgAl. So Al is right up there. The question बार बार आता है, why doesn't aluminium react?
Is it B?
हाँ, oxide की layer होती है. There's a layer of oxide which is covering the aluminium. So initially it doesn't react, even with acids, okay? And after some time it will
Okay.
start reacting. Once this oxide layer is dissolved or scratched off, then it will react, okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
26, nails are rusting over here. The nail begins to rust after a few days. How can the rusting of the nails be prevented?
Is it D?
No, replace the air with argon B.
Air, oh, rusting is with air, right? So you need air for it. So if there's no air, so back के अंदर होगा तो it will still have air. Warm place rusting would be faster, okay? As four substances are present in the blast furnace during iron extraction are listed. Which substances are both reactant and a product during the reaction occurring in the blast furnace? Which one is both a reactant and a product?
One is wrong, and then two is correct.
This is not. This is just the reactant, right?
Mm-hmm.
2B, two is just the. Yeah, it's just the product, right?
2 and 3 are correct, so C.
Why is
No, carbon dioxide isn't formed.
एक second. Why is two correct? C is definitely
Yes,
correct.
but
क्योंकि वो
isn't 2 used in it? Don't you get like carbon dioxide, then you add carbon again, get carbon monoxide or something like that? You use,
हाँ ठीक है yeah, it is correct because at the
yeah.
bottom what you do is you burn it.
Mm.
You burn coke, right? And it starts producing carbon dioxide, right? और फिर ऊपर क्या होता है? The same carbon dioxide starts reacting further with coke and starts forming. So carbon monoxide is behaving as a so carbon dioxide was behaving as a product, and in the next reaction it was behaving as a reactant. And now that carbon monoxide would react with the iron oxide, and it will start reducing it. Okay.
Okay.
So the same carbon monoxide starts acting as the product as well. So both of these are correct. This is not correct. This is just the reactant, right? Clear है?
Yes.
That's 28. Bauxite electrolysis of aluminium. Which equations are correct in the extraction of aluminium?
At the anode, it's oxygen, and at the cathode is gonna be aluminium. So it's C or D.
But aluminium ions, right?
Yeah, so D.
and then the graphite anode starts to burn, catches fire, and it starts producing carbon dioxide as well. Okay.
Yes.
Acha, which test is used to show that a sample of pure water is pure?
Heat the water to check its boiling point. B.
Okay. And what's the test for water in this one?
C.
C is the test for water. Boiling
Mm.
point is to check whether it's pure or not. Acha, catalytic converters in car exhaust change polluting gases into non-polluting gases. Which statement about oxides of nitrogen in car engines are correct? So nitrogen in oxides of nitrogen come from compounds in gasoline. Where do these oxides come in the car engine of nitrogen? Well, how are these pollutants produced?
Mm.
Koi bhi oxide. I mean, remember they cause acid rain as well. Car engines produce a lot of them.
So one is wrong.
Where do you get them? How are they produced in the atmosphere?
Yeah, from the air.
Where do you get them? That's my क्या होता है air when air heats up, air has two things, nitrogen and oxygen, right? So at very high temperatures they start
Reactant.
reacting, ठीक है? और मतलब जो भी तो they're not produced by gasoline. वो air के अंदर होते हैं. It's just when the temperature is very high, especially in car engines, and there's another place which is lightning strikes, ठीक है? The lightning strikes पे भी they will react and they will form these oxides, which will then turn into acid rain, ठीक है? तो one जो है वो wrong है. The oxides of nitrogen come in the air from the air in the car engine.
Yes.
Yeah, the oxygen comes from there. ठीक है, so 2 is correct.
Mm-hmm.
और फिर वो this is also correct. 3 is also correct क्योंकि
Yeah.
these oxides are converted back into less harmful nitrogen.
B.
Carbon monoxide is converted back into carbon dioxide. So 2, 3, right?
Yes.
Acha, organic, the molecules of which one describes X and Y? You got X and Y. Are they structural isomers? And do they belong to the same homologous series?
They're not structural.
क्यों?
There is one more carbon.
हाँ. Yeah, this one has 7 carbons
Mm-hmm.
and this one has 6 carbons, ठीक है?
Yes.
तो structural तो नहीं है, so that's no. Homologous series same है?
Yeah. Because they
So
both
that's
have a
B.
double bond carbon.
I mean, they're both alkenes, right? Acha, what is the structure? Which one is butanoic acid in this?
It is D. Because it has 4 carbons and a double bond O and OH.
ठीक है. Methane and chlorine are mixed in ultraviolet light. Reaction takes place. Which statement about this reaction is correct? So methane is this thing, right?
Yeah.
ये कौन सा reaction है? नाम क्या है इसका?
Substitution.
Substitution, ठीक है. UV light. So one of the H's or all of them can get substituted, ठीक है?
Yeah.
और साथ HCl produce होता है. Yeah, or you can substitute all of the H's as well. So it's definitely not an addition reaction. 2 is correct, ठीक है. Activation energy, the ultraviolet light helps in breaking the CL-Cl bond. The equation is not this. HCl बनता है, ठीक है. And this is correct, right?
Yes.
So 2 and 4. Achha, esters are formed when a carboxylic acid reacts with an alcohol. What is the catalyst for this reaction? Esterification, what is the conditions that you use?
Was it D?
नहीं ester बनाने के लिए ना it's remember
Sulfuric
this.
acid.
Yeah, that when you have an alcohol reacting with जो भी carboxylic acid, तो उसके अंदर it's ester plus H2O. The condition is concentrated H2SO4 plus reflux, ठीक है? And when you have to break it down, so then the conditions are dilute sulfuric acid or dilute alkali or dilute acid plus reflux, ठीक है? So ये वाला what is the monomer for this polymer? और ये किस टाइप का polymer है? Is this addition or condensation?
This is condensation.
ये condensation में तो amides और esters होते हैं, polyamides,
Oh,
polyesters.
whoops. It's not
This
condensation.
is this is simple addition polymerization.
Yes.
और इसका जो monomer होगा that's going to be this alkenes. They're made from alkenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have lots of ethene molecules. और क्या होगा कि high pressures, high temperatures, the double bonds are going to break and they're going to start linking up, right? So it's going to be C. Is that clear?
Yes.
So nylon and PET are polymers. Which statement about these polymers are correct? PET का इन्होंने क्यों दिया? एक सेकंड रुकना, मुझे ये सिलेबस में भी है
Is
कि
it
नहीं?
one only?
Which one?
Was it C?
One only?
Yeah, because I didn't really understand two, so three is wrong. So it was either one and two or one, and I didn't
अच्छा पहले तो
understand.
nylon is a polyamide, right?
Yeah.
Polyamides are formed from what? They're formed from diamides. Like one of them is a diamine, and the other monomer is a carboxylic acid, ठीक है? तो क्या होता है OH और H से मूव हो जाते हैं and they start linking up. OH और H से मूव हो जाते हैं start linking up. So this is not an alcohol is not the monomer for nylon. So the complete combustion gives only two products. No, it doesn't because this has a lot of things. It's got carbon, it's got so that will form carbon dioxide, it's got nitrogen, it's got H, so water will be produced. So a lot of when they burn, a lot of things are going to get produced. So तीसरा भी गलत है, ठीक है? So you're only left with one. मैं खाली वो देख रहा था कि ये पेट कहाँ से आया हुआ है. Just a second. सिलेबस में पेट मेंशन है. अच्छा ये पेट दिया हुआ है. अच्छा उसका full name is not required. ठीक है, that's basically a polyester. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
तो टेरिन की तरह that's a polyester. That's the next one. So one only is correct. That's the next one. Ethane is used as a fuel. Which equation shows the complete combustion of ethane? a complete balanced equation. Ethane का जो formula है कौन सा वाला correct है? C2H4 or C2H6?
C2H6. It's A.
It's A. So ठीक है, it's A. I said 38 RF value आ गया. So what the sample of? So he says he says that there's a painkiller paracetamol is synthesized from 4-aminophenol. Chromatography is done on an impure sample of paracetamol. The results are shown. The diagram is not to scale. The sample of paracetamol is so this is your pure sample P, and S over here is your impure sample. So what is the RF value of 4-amino? उसे contaminate किससे हुआ हुआ है? अच्छा, it's synthesized from 4-aminophenol. So he's saying what is the RF value for 4-aminophenol? पहले मुझे बताओ, which two dots are paracetamol?
It's S.
नहीं, paracetamol जो है ना वो this dot is paracetamol. Remember P using क्या कहा था? It's a pure sample, right? So this is like pure paracetamol. So which one matches this one? This one is pure paracetamol, right? So these two are paracetamol. Is that clear? तो वो जो contamination थी 4-aminophenol, that is this one. Is that clear?
They're talking about impure sample.
हाँ, तो वो कह रहे थे, तो इसकी RF वैल्यू क्या होगी? क्या होगा? It's going to be 2.6 divided by what?
Divide by
Distance traveled by dye divided by distance traveled by the solvent front. तो वो
yes.
solvent front 3.5, right? Clear है?
Yes. See.
हाँ, लेकिन ये clear था
Yeah,
ना कि
yeah.
these two are like pure paracetamol. The other one is the one that's they're talking about, right? अच्छा, 39. Which process is used to remove calcium hydroxide from the mixture? तो बहुत obvious, simple. It's a solid. क्या होगा?
Solid is filtration.
अच्छा, फिर 40 last word. Test for cations and anions. Right? Aluminium foil. किसका test है? Aluminium foil, which produces ammonia. That's a test for
Nitrate.
nitrate ions का test है. This is. And who gives the brown precipitate? Iron 3 or iron 2? Or red brown precipitate? Iron 3 देता है. Iron 3 is red brown. Iron 2 is green. ठीक है? तो
Yeah.
A हो.
Okay.
ठीक है? तो ठीक है.
ठीक है.
प्योर क्वेश्चन तो नहीं है वैसे.
नहीं.
ठीक है. नहीं, any other question apart from this?
No.
क्लियर है? फिर कल क्लास करते हैं. ठीक है?
अल्लाह हाफिज.
चलिए, ओके, अल्लाह हाफिज.